Hello there. So Rupert Lowe is giving me a few concerns. So let's talk about it. Those that don't know, um, apparently he has talking with, is it the Spectator? Very much an establishment, supposedly conservative but not really conservative uh, media. Said how much he hates ethno nationalism. So I'm wondering whether or not Rupert has the same definition of ethno nationalism that I will use in a minute, or whether he believes, just sort of what the establishment media has been saying for a long time, that it's, you're basically the National Front, the BNP, although there will be people saying you've got them wrong, and I probably have got them wrong, haven't I? What they've been, how they've been labelled by the media. Is he buying into that? And let's not kid ourselves to think that Rupert isn't, an establishment type. He is. He's done business with lots of people that I would not like. He's been involved in businesses that I don't like. But up until this point, or just recently, he's been extremely consistent and honest in what he says and his actions. And let's not forget, he promised to do the Grooming Gang report and did it. So I will always have respect for Rupert for doing that. I would like him to stop likening someone like me to a neo-Nazi. Does he just think that, people that consider their ethnicity to be significant part of their identity and their culture, does he think that we just want to just break up mixed race families and deport the brown ones and keep the white ones? And does he think that? Really? I mean, Rupert, have a little look at your membership and just wonder how many of those people that put boots on the ground in Great Yarmouth to get, that amazing victory for the Great Yarmouth First stroke restore, or the astonishing numbers of people that travelled up to Makerfield to canvass there. How many of them consider their ethnicity to be a major part of their identity? Because maybe we didn't before, but we do now, don't we? Because we have been forced into a corner where we actually do have to collectivise a bit. We have to see ourselves as a minority, as a group, and stand together. And if you're just going to disparage us, then you're going to lose us. You'll definitely lose me. So anyway, I had a little chat with that AI. So can you give me a decent definition of ethno-nationalism? I find it hard to say that word, even more difficult to spell. Someone who believes that a nation's identity and citizenship should be defined exclusively by shared ethnicity and culture rather than political borders or civic values. And it's weird, isn't it? You ask for a definition of the thing and it uses the word in the definition, which is, you wouldn't normally do that, would you? I'm not smart enough to be able to come up with a better definition, by the way. But I did sort of say to it, said, so do you separate race and ethnicity? And it said, yes, because whilst your ethnicity, your race is a factor in it, it's not just that. It's, your cultural beliefs, religion, etc. And look at, how similar in our DNA we would be to the French or the Germans. But we're very different still, aren't we? I mean, we use deodorant in this country, because we don't like to smell like rotten onions, but the French don't seem to mind. So anyway, I just sort of watched Bootneck, the Angry Bootneck, and Dino Bain, channels that I like very much, and I sort of always think that I like the way that they have a take on things. Bootneck is more pragmatic and would be somebody that would vote for the best of a bad bunch, as long as they're better than the others. I will not. I'm not so sure about Dino. So let's just clarify that. For the moment, I still consider Restore a good option. I do not consider them the best of a bad bunch. But they have come down from an excellent option to a good option. And if that drops anymore and it becomes the point where I go, I don't trust them, I think they're going to appease, then you would entirely lose my support. And I will make videos, for what it's worth, to 3 people saying what I consider the problems with them. And I will be politically homeless. And I think it's extremely unlikely that I would have a political home ever again. Really, I would just be waiting for whatever's coming, and there is something very bad coming. Wait for whatever that is to happen, to play out. Hopefully we survive and we regain our country back. And then, a political party like Restore, like Rupert, would probably be a reasonable choice. But I think at that point, there will be much better choices. There will be people that are saying, nah, in order to make sure nothing like this can ever happen again, or certainly not for many, many generations, we need to do this, this, and this. And if that means not persecute people, but certainly raise up the natives above in every way, to give them preferential treatment every way. Yes, and you want to call that a racist? Go on, call me a racist. Don't give a shit. I just don't care. Anyway, so I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Let me know how you feeling about this. Are you getting a little bit worried, or do we still have lots of faith in Rupert? And is Rupert is he playing some sort of, 5D chess here? Is he just getting everyone wound up about something and is going to turn around and say, actually, this is what I think? Or does he? That's it. That's his limit. That's as far as he goes, because at the end of the day, he is still establishment, and that's his line. And he will never be somebody that actually puts the natives first. So anyway, yeah, I'll stop waffling now. But let me know what you think. All right. Cheers. See you soon. Bye.